How can you glorify God in your suffering? How can you help someone who is suffering glorify God in their suffering? Number one, if it is a result of sin, you can repent of that. You can say, I've made some lifestyle choices that have caused me grief and pain. Jesus died to forgive me. I need to make some lifestyle adjustments and stop making those kinds of lifestyle decisions. That glorifies God. That glorifies God. It starts to bring hope and health and healing into your life. Number two, it could be a testimony to believers. How many of you have seen someone who really deeply, truly does love God, and through their suffering, you saw their faith was revealed in the hardest seasons, and as a result, it really encouraged you? You're like, I thought they loved God. When I saw them go through that, and they ran to God rather than from God, they pressed into God rather than rejected God, the result was they encouraged me, they inspired me. My faith grew by borrowing their faith, seeing their faith carry them through their suffering. Some of you right now, you need to know this. This is a wonderful, loving, healthy, joyful church family. You are very easy people to love. Thank you for that. You make my job really easy. And there are some people in this church, even as we've been together for this short season, that have already gone through incredible difficulty. And they have done so with character, integrity, honesty, humility. And as a result, they have helped the rest of us learn from their example. Okay? You're a gift. You're a gift. Third category, it can be a witness to unbelievers. Non-Christians are watching. Right? And when hard times come, the question is, how is your witness? Are you cursing God or trusting God? Are you running from God or running to God? Are you rejecting God because you did not get what you want? Or are you running to God because He is ultimately who you want? And non-Christians sometimes are more compelled by the life of a struggling, suffering believer, and they realize their relationship is real, their God is real, and that real relationship with their real God really sustained them. I want to know their God, and I want to walk in that faith. And number four, it is an opportunity to glorify God by using it for ministry to comfort others. I love you, I'm your pastor, but let me point something out, that sometimes suffering people are selfish people. How do I know that? I've suffered and been selfish. I'll use myself as a negative example. Let's say something is going on in my life that is overwhelming. In my eyes, it is catastrophic, cataclysmic. I want others to stop everything they're doing and to experience what I'm experiencing. And suddenly I want myself to be the center of everyone's universe because I'm suffering. Sometimes suffering people can be selfish people, and one of the ways we glorify God is we be honest about our suffering and our struggles and our strife, but we seek opportunities to learn what we are learning to minister to others who are experiencing what we're experiencing. The Bible calls this comforting others with the comfort we've received. If you've had a child die, you are in a unique position to help someone who has lost a child. If you have an ongoing chronic ailment or illness, you're in a unique position to minister to someone who is experiencing what you're experiencing. If your family has battled through a cancer scare, you are in a unique position to walk with someone who is in the middle of that fight. If your spouse abandoned you and your marriage covenant dissolved, you're in a unique position to comfort, encourage, give hope, help, and healing to someone who is in the process of that similar suffering and struggling. If your child has walked away from the Lord, you are able to comfort someone and walk with someone and instruct someone and help someone and befriend someone who is in that same season of suffering, struggle, and strife. I love you. I don't want you to deny, diminish your suffering. I don't want you to be discouraged in your suffering. Sometimes asking the why question doesn't help. The better question is the how question. How can I learn more about Jesus who suffered for me? How can I become more like Jesus by suffering in relationship with Him? How can I comfort and minister to others who are suffering as He ministers and comforts me? Amen?